Divi versus Webflow has always been one of those comparisons I get asked about, and since I've personally used both, I can tell you how they actually feel in real projects. When I first tried Divi, it felt very natural because it's built on WordPress. If you've ever used WordPress before, you'll immediately feel at home. The drag and drop builder is super simple, and I loved how many pre-made layouts it had. For me, when I needed to quickly put together a site for a client, Divi was perfect because I could just import a layout, tweak a few things, and have something professional up and running in no time. Plus, the one-time lifetime pricing was a huge win. Paying once around $249 and getting unlimited use with updates forever really felt cost effective, especially when I was just starting out and didn't want recurring costs. The downside I noticed was that Divi's performance sometimes depended heavily on the hosting I chose. If the hosting wasn't strong, the site would lag, and for SEO, it mostly relied on plugins like Yoast. That worked fine, but it felt like extra work keeping everything updated and making sure no plugin broke the whole site. Now, when I moved over to Webflow, the experience was totally different. At first, it was a little overwhelming. I won't lie, the learning curve is definitely steeper compared to Divi, but once I got comfortable with the interface, it felt like I had full creative freedom. I loved how the visual editor in Webflow basically let me design with the precision of code, without actually writing CSS or HTML. The integrated CMS is something that made a big difference for me. Unlike Divi, where I had to rely on WordPress, Webflow's own CMS just felt cleaner and easier to use, especially when I worked on sites that needed dynamic content like blogs or portfolios. Another thing I noticed is how Webflow handles SEO out of the box. Clean semantic code, super fast hosting, automatic SSL, XML sitemaps, and responsive design all baked in. I didn't have to stack on extra plugins, which was refreshing. The hosting is included, so when I hit publish, the site went live instantly. That seamless workflow from design to hosting saved me a lot of time. But the pricing model did sting a bit at first since it's ongoing. For example, instead of paying once, I had to keep paying monthly or yearly for hosting plans and workspaces. That's the trade-off. Costs more long-term, but you're paying for a very polished ecosystem. So from my own use, I'd say Divi feels easier for beginners and way more budget-friendly, especially if you're already inside the WordPress world. But Webflow, while tougher to learn, gave me more control, cleaner code, stronger SEO, and faster deployment. If I need a quick site for a small client, I'd still grab Divi. But if I'm building something bigger, more professional, and want everything integrated without worrying about plugins or hosting, I'd reach for Webflow. In the end, it's really about what you value more, simplicity and cost, or flexibility and performance.